My best friend tried stealing my girl behind my back, but I got the perfect revenge and a better woman in the end. I walked into my favorite country bar on a Friday night, sat down alone, and ordered a sandwich and a beer. I was watching the game on TV when I looked up and saw my closest buddy Marcus walking in with Vanessa, the woman I thought was my girlfriend. She'd told me she had plans with friends that night. But there they were, kissing like a couple, right in front of me. What happened next changed my entire life in this small Alabama town where everyone knows everyone. Before I go any further, drop a comment right now and tell me where are you watching from? I need to know I'm not alone in this. Let me take you back to the beginning, before everything fell apart. I'm Carter, 27 years old, high school history teacher and varsity football coach in a small Alabama town. Population 8,000. The kind of place where everybody knows your business before you know it yourself. I loved my job. Teaching kids about the past during the day, coaching them toward their future at night. In towns like ours, being the football coach means something. It means respect. It means you matter. I'd been dating Vanessa for 6 months. She worked as a secretary at the county clerk's office. Nothing flashy, but stable. We'd met through work connections, started casual, then got serious fast. 6 months might not sound like long, but when you're talking about spending every weekend together, talking about moving in, planning a future, it feels like forever in the best way. I thought I knew her. I thought she valued the same things I did. I sent $500 home to my parents in Kentucky every month. My dad worked in the coal mines his whole life, raised 8 kids on nothing. I was the oldest. Got a football scholarship to college, offensive lineman, 6'3", 230 pounds. That scholarship saved my life. Vanessa said she admired that I helped my family. She said it showed character. I believed her. Marcus had been my best friend since college. We were roommates for 4 years, shared everything. After graduation, he moved to the same small town as me. Said he was taking over his grandfather's construction supply store. Made it sound like he was sitting on a gold mine. The business had history, legacy, respect. But I'd driven past his store plenty of times. The parking lot was always half empty. The shelves looked sparse. I didn't say anything because that's not what friends do. You support. You encourage. You don't question. That Friday night, everything changed. Practice had ended around 7. My assistant coach asked if I wanted to grab a beer. I said maybe later, texted Vanessa first. Her reply came fast, can't tonight, meeting girlfriends for drinks. How about tomorrow? I told her to have fun, said I'd catch up with her tomorrow. No red flags. No warning signs. Just a normal text from someone I trusted. I decided to hit my favorite country bar alone. Nothing fancy, just a local spot with good burgers and cold beer. I walked in, found my usual corner table, ordered food, and settled in to watch the college game on TV. The bar was half full. Locals. Familiar faces. Nobody bothered me, which was fine. Sometimes coaches need to decompress alone. Then the door opened. Marcus walked in. I almost waved him over. But something made me pause. He wasn't alone. He held the door for someone. And when she walked through, my entire world stopped. Vanessa. They didn't see me. They were too focused on each other. Walked right past my table to a booth across the room. Sat down together. Close. Too close. His hand found hers across the table. She laughed at something he said. That laugh I knew so well. That laugh she used with me. I watched them for 30 seconds that felt like 30 years. My beer turned tasteless in my mouth. The burger on my plate suddenly looked wrong. Everything looked wrong. Because the woman I was planning to propose to was sitting in a booth with my best friend, and they were acting like I didn't exist. She leaned across the table. He met her halfway. And they kissed. Not a friendly peck. Not a mistake. A real kiss. The kind of kiss that says this isn't the first time. The bartender noticed my face. You all right, coach? Yeah, I said. I'm fine. I wasn't fine. My heart was hammering so hard I could barely hear the jukebox playing some sad country song about love gone wrong. But I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. I have students looking up to me. I couldn't just flip a table and start swinging. So I stood up slowly, deliberately, and walked toward their booth. They didn't notice me until I was standing right there. Marcus looked up first. His face went completely white. Then Vanessa saw me. Her eyes got huge. What the hell is this? I said. 5 words. That's all it took. The entire bar went silent. Marcus stammered something. I cut him off. Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it. Vanessa started crying immediately. Carter, please, this isn't. You told me you were with friends, I said. My voice was low. Controlled. Scarier than yelling. You lied to my face. Marcus tried to stand. I put my hand on his shoulder. Gentle pressure. Sit down. He sat. I looked at Vanessa first. We're done. You showed me exactly who you are. Then I turned to Marcus. If I ever see you again, one of us is ending up in the hospital. And it won't be me. I walked out. The door slammed behind me. I could feel every eye in that bar watching me go. In a town this size, everyone would know by morning. But I didn't care about that yet. I just needed to get to my truck before I did something I'd regret. I sat in the parking lot for 5 minutes. Hands gripping the steering wheel. Trying to breathe. Trying to think. My phone buzzed. Text from Vanessa, please can we talk? I blocked her number. Then blocked Marcus. Started the engine and drove home. Walked inside my house. And punched a hole in my living room wall. That hole was still there the next morning when I woke up. I hadn't slept. Just laid in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying that moment over and over. The kiss. The lies. The betrayal. My hand hurt. Knuckles bruised and swollen. But that pain was nothing compared to the other kind. My phone rang around 9 a.m. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. Carter, please. I need to explain. Marcus. How many times? I asked. What? How many times were you with her? Don't lie to me. Silence. Then, 3 times. 3 times. He said it like that made it better. Like limiting the number of betrayals somehow made it less of a betrayal. I did the math. 3 times over 6 months. That's deliberate. That's calculated. That's not a mistake. And Riley? I asked. Your girlfriend? Does she know? More silence. She doesn't, does she? I said. You're cheating on her too. It's not like that, Marcus said. Vanessa and I, we have real feelings. You have real feelings? You destroyed a friendship over feelings? I laughed. Bitter. Hollow. Does Vanessa know you're broke? That your store is failing? That you've been lying about having money? He didn't answer. That told me everything. 3 times, I said. Was it worth it? Carter, I'm sorry. I hung up. The phone rang again immediately. Different number. Vanessa this time. I almost didn't answer. But I needed to hear what she'd say. So I picked up. Carter, please listen. Her voice was thick with tears. I'm listening. Tell me the truth. All of it. Marcus kept asking me out. I kept saying no. But he said he could give me a better life. A better life than what? I cut in. Than me? He talked about his business, his family money. Marcus is broke, I said flatly. His business is failing. He lied to you. Silence. Long enough that I knew she was realizing the truth. And what about Richard? I asked. Your boss? The married man you have lunch with every Tuesday? Her crying stopped. Just for a second. That second told me everything. How did you, she started. Small town, Vanessa. People talk. I paused. Good luck with your choices. I hung up. Blocked that number too. Stared at my phone. And realized something. I was free. The woman I'd almost proposed to had just shown me she would have destroyed my life eventually. I had a game that night. Friday night lights. The whole town would be there. And they'd all know by now what happened at the bar. I could have called in sick. Let my assistant coach handle it. But I'm not a coward. So I showered, put on my coaching gear, and headed to the stadium. What I didn't know was that night would change everything. Because sometimes the worst moments lead to the best things. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The parking lot was packed when I arrived. 2,000 people attend our Friday night games. That's a quarter of the town. I walked toward the field and felt eyes on me. Whispers. Stares. Everyone knew. My assistant coaches pulled me aside. Carter, man. Everyone heard. You okay? I'm fine, I said. Let's focus on the game. They nodded. Didn't push. That's what I appreciated about them. The game started. Our team was good. We were winning. At halftime, I was giving the team a pep talk when I heard something from the stands. Booing. Loud booing. I looked up. Marcus and Vanessa had just walked into the stadium. Together. Their first public appearance as a couple. They found seats in the bleachers. And when the stadium announcer asked everyone to stand for our halftime recognition of the coaches and team, the whole stadium stood. Except 2 people. Marcus and Vanessa stayed seated. The crowd noticed. The booing got louder. Not at our team. At them. They stood up quickly, awkwardly. But the damage was done. 2,000 people had just collectively decided those 2 weren't welcome. And sitting in their section, now alone, was a woman I recognized. Riley. Marcus's ex-girlfriend. She was crying. I'd seen her around town before. Worked as a dental hygienist at the local practice. Dated Marcus for 2 years before he suddenly dumped her 2 months ago. Now I knew why. Our eyes met across the stadium. Just for a second. But that second mattered. At the end of the game, I watched Marcus and Vanessa slink out of the stadium at halftime. They couldn't handle the judgment. The pressure. The community rejection. And I realized something. In a small town, you don't need corporate power or money to get justice. You just need people to know the truth. Sunday morning came. I went to the diner for breakfast. Big Joe's place. Everyone eats there. I found a booth, ordered coffee, and tried to ignore the stares. But then the door opened. Riley walked in. Saw me. Hesitated. I waved her over. Curious about her story. She sat down across from me. I'm sorry about what happened, she said. I'm sorry too, I said. Marcus did the same to you, didn't he? She nodded. Pulled out her phone. Showed me bank statements. He drained our joint account 2 days before he broke up with me. $2,000. Gone. I looked at the numbers. Clean transfer from joint account to his personal account. 2 days before he ended their relationship. That's premeditation. I should have told you, Riley said. I saw them having coffee once. But I thought I was being paranoid. It's not your fault, I said. They're the ones who lied. Big Joe brought us coffee. On the house. You two deserve better, he said. Whole town knows it. Riley showed me something else. Text messages from her mom. Her mom worked at the bank. Had seen unusual deposits in Vanessa's account. Large cash deposits. Always after Tuesday lunches. Marcus doesn't have that kind of money, Riley said. But Richard does, I said. The county administrator. Her boss. Riley's face fell. Oh my God. She was playing all of you. We sat in that diner for 3 hours. Comparing notes. Building a timeline. And by the end, we'd figured it out. Marcus and Vanessa weren't just liars. They were calculated. But they'd underestimated one thing. In small towns, secrets don't stay secrets. Monday morning, I remembered something. Vanessa had left her iPad at my house months ago. We'd been talking about moving in together. She left stuff at my place all the time. I turned it on. She'd never logged out. Still synced to her iCloud account. I found everything. Instagram DMs between her and Marcus going back 4 months. Screenshots of conversations I probably wasn't supposed to see. Snapchat messages saved in my eyes only that she thought were private. Venmo transactions with heart emojis and inside jokes. I called Riley. You need to come over. I found something. When she arrived and saw the messages, her face went pale. She told him you were clueless, Riley said, reading one message. Read this one, I said, pointing. Marcus asking if I was working late. Vanessa responding, yes, perfect timing. They were planning around my schedule. We spent hours documenting everything. 47 screenshots total. Every lie captured. Every secret meeting planned in writing. But here's the thing. We didn't post it publicly. We didn't blast it on social media. Because in a small town, you don't need Facebook to ruin someone's reputation. You just need to tell the right people. I had coffee with my principal Tuesday morning. Dr. Thompson. Showed him the evidence. He goes to church with Marcus's family. He was shocked. Said he'd keep it confidential. But I knew he wouldn't. That was the point. I stopped by Big Joe's diner. Showed Joe the evidence. Joe's place is gossip central. Everyone eats there. I attended the football boosters meeting. Showed select parents the evidence. Said I just wanted them to understand why I might seem distracted. I told exactly 7 people. 7 strategic people. By Tuesday night, Marcus's dad had called him. By Wednesday morning, Marcus's mom was crying at church. By Wednesday afternoon, Vanessa's coworkers were avoiding her. The town did the work for me. Thursday afternoon, Riley texted me a photo. Marcus's construction supply store. Parking lot completely empty. His business was dying. 4 days after discovery. Small town justice moves fast. Sunday came. Church service. I attended like I always did. Marcus's family was there. His dad is a deacon. Vanessa's parents were there too. Strict, religious people. My parents were visiting from Kentucky. Riley sat with her parents. Our families meeting for the first time. The pastor preached about forgiveness and accountability. The sermon felt pointed. Everyone knew what it was really about. After service, fellowship hall. Coffee and donuts. Marcus approached me. First face-to-face since the bar. Carter, can we talk? He asked. Make it quick. I know I messed up. But Vanessa and we're together now. We're trying. Good luck with that. I'm asking for forgiveness. That's what Christians do, right? I looked at him. Really looked at him. He'd lost weight. Hadn't slept. His father wouldn't even stand next to him. I forgive you, I said. For my sake, not yours. But forgiveness doesn't mean friendship. We're done. So that's it? Years of friendship over? You ended it when you kissed my girlfriend, I said. I'm just accepting reality. Riley's father walked over. Is there a problem here? No sir, Marcus said quickly. I was just leaving. He left. And I noticed something. People weren't following him with their eyes. They were watching me with Riley. Her parents talking to my parents. All of us getting along. 2 weeks later, everything changed again. Championship game. Biggest night of the season. Team won. Crowd went wild. After the celebration, I made a decision. Used the PA system to ask Riley to come down to the field. She was confused. Walked down from the stands. Entire stadium watching. I knelt at the 50-yard line. Pulled out my grandmother's ring. Asked her to marry me. In front of 2,000 people. She said yes. The stadium erupted. Fireworks went off. Perfect timing. Somewhere in the parking lot, Marcus and Vanessa watched it happen. They'd come to the game. They just watched me move on completely. 4 months passed. Riley and I planned our wedding. Church ceremony. Gym reception. 300 guests. Half the town. Community kept offering to help. Football boosters donated decorations. Big Joe catered at cost. Local florist donated flowers. Photographer volunteered. We tried to pay. They wouldn't let us. Meanwhile, Vanessa got pregnant. Marcus assumed it was his. They got married at the courthouse. No guests. No family. His parents didn't attend. Her parents didn't attend. Just legal paperwork. 1 week before our wedding, Marcus got an anonymous note. Suggested Vanessa's baby might not be his. Mentioned Richard. The cash deposits. The Tuesday lunches. Marcus demanded a DNA test. Vanessa refused. Their marriage imploded. The note came from Riley's mom. The bank teller who'd seen everything. Riley told me what her mom did. I appreciated it but stayed out of it. We had a wedding to focus on. Saturday came. Our wedding day. Church packed. Riley walking down the aisle. Her father using a walker but refusing help. Pastor officiating. Same pastor who preached forgiveness. We said our vows. Kissed. Became husband and wife. Reception at the gym. Whole roasted pig. Sweet tea. Country music. Pure joy. Pure community. When we danced to that country song, the same one playing when I discovered the betrayal, Riley said, we took this song back. She was right. 6 months later, Marcus called me. The DNA test came back. Richard was the biological father. Not Marcus. I told him I was sorry he was going through it. But we were done. That was our last conversation. 1 year after discovery, I stood on the sideline coaching another championship game. Riley sat in the stands, 8 months pregnant. Both sets of parents with her. At halftime, the announcer recognized us. Standing ovation. 2,000 people cheering. Somewhere outside, Marcus sat in his truck. Couldn't afford a ticket. Watching on his phone. Seeing what he'd lost. That night, Riley and I sat on our porch swing. She asked if I ever thought about them. I said sometimes. But not with pain. With gratitude. Gratitude, she asked. They broke my heart so it would be empty when I met you. God used their betrayal to give me something better. She rested her head on my shoulder. Our son kicked in her belly. And I realized something. I'd won. Not by destroying them. But by building something better than they ever could have given me. That's the best revenge of all, a life so good, you forget why you ever wanted revenge in the first place. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe. Comment and tell me, have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted? How did you move forward? Thank you for watching. See you in next story.